Hi, Conscious Mothers. Welcome to day 3 of our Emotional Cleanse Challenge. How is it going, you guys? Thumbs up. How's the process for you? Super excited to kick off today. We're on day 3 of the 4-day cleanse. So we are coming in to the second half. And I want to share a couple observations first. The first one is your participation is so good. This is the most successful challenge that we've ever had in this group. There are more of you showing up. There is a team of light workers and light warriors, my graduates of Awakened Motherhood, that are holding space and leading the way and sharing so beautifully their processes and what they know from being masters of their own overwhelm and anxiety. And I just love the beautiful connections happening and symmetry happening. So for those of you who haven't done something like this before, who have decided to jump in with both feet, I want to say, awesome job! I'm applauding all of you. I'm really, really, really impressed. I know it's scary. I know you're afraid of doing it wrong. I know self-doubt is coming in. I know you might feel overwhelmed. You're afraid you're going to mess it up, or it's hard to be seen. All these things that come in that you're getting to see and track and notice, and you're not letting it stop you. Such a good job. So really encouraging you. Really, really, really excited to see how much you're all learning already from this new awareness and being with yourself. So can you guys hear me okay? I see a couple of you on. Hi, Crystal. I think you just came on. So tell me if you can hear me fine. I want to do a quick recap of the first 2 days of our challenge, and hear from you. Say hi when you come on. Hi, Shannon. Glad you're here. Say hi when you come on and tell me if you're here, you can hear me. Okay, thanks. So we started with a couple of different pieces in this process of working toward releasing something that we no longer want to hold. We have an idea, it's hard, it feels yucky, we've maybe been stuck in this for a while. We know it's hurting us or our families. We may not know exactly how, but that's all right. So we began with noticing what the feeling was and choosing one, right? Going with one feeling. And when you were able to identify one, which I encouraged you yesterday, really just go with one, choose it, narrow it down. What's cool that I'm seeing is a lot of you are getting already in this challenge to a level that you haven't been able to access before on your own. And I want to shine a light on that. What happens when we open ourselves up to receiving support or teaching or community? When we allow ourselves to be seen, we will achieve new levels of growth and fulfillment and success. And it can't happen alone in our own corner without letting anyone in. So you were able to notice something about what you thought was just anxiety, anger, resentment. When you guys peeled some layers and really did that work to sit and tune in, many of you came up with fear. I'm recognizing and owning that this is a fear-based belief system or fear-based emotional state, and that it may show up as many different forms or through other people in my life or relationships in my life, but that ultimately I'm noticing that these are rooted in fear at the bottom of it, right? So you have also faced a lot of patterns that are yours already, that have come up while navigating this process of listening inward. You guys have discovered things about yourselves you didn't know before, or you knew but forgot. All the fears of being, maybe some of you fear you'll be made fun of or judged. Even if you think it really wouldn't happen here, just the fear of like people thinking things about you is real and keeps you small in your everyday life, and it showed up here. Maybe you saw other patterns. So would love to hear that. If you noticed a fear or a pattern and it showed up for you as a part of this cleanse and you're able to trace it into other aspects of your life, say yes below. I'm curious even if you watch back the replay, I want to hear from you on that one. If you recognize that how you do anything is how you do everything, and that means like what's shown up here in the cleanse has highlighted something for you about the way you move through the world or interact or show up. Some of you might be noticing right about now you're losing steam, or some of you are I can see are noticing you're gaining steam, you're gaining momentum, and I'm totally cheering you on. That pattern is in you, so it's coming from within you. So what might be causing you to lose steam? Maybe, I can't do it, I can't keep up, I never finish anything, I don't know if I'm doing it right. Self-doubt, self-criticism, self-judgment, self-harming in some other way. So, or maybe you go, oh my gosh, this is really empowering. I'm learning. I like to learn. I'm learning. I'm seeing where I'm stuck. That feels good to me. Then these are little inklings, inner voices, inner prompts that say, hey, maybe you're actually more ready to change these things than you knew a couple days ago. That there's a lot of potential in you to move some big mountains. And how exciting is that? So that's a celebration. So drop below if you have any celebrations to share that you've noticed, some aha moments, some breakthroughs. Just say yes to breakthroughs. If you've had some awareness, new awarenesses, these are little awakenings that can lead to bigger awakenings. So it's a huge celebration. I'm cheering you on. You've also seen some barriers. You've noticed like where you might be getting caught up or waylaid or stuck. Those are barriers, obstacles that are stopping you in other areas of your life, right? Stopping you from communicating in your marriage, what you need, what you want, stopping you from owning your value, your worth, stopping you from showing up fully. And you guys have gotten so brave. You've gotten brave in exploring the impact yesterday of staying where you are, the impact of being in the loop and the cycle of fear, anxiety, overwhelm, anger, frustration, resentment, whatever your loop is. We looked at what that's doing to you, right? And it takes getting brave. It does. And it's something that we're expending, like all of you are expending energy, your beautiful potential energy on not noticing, on tuning out these realities that you've been looking at for 2 days. So the next question I have for you is, now that you are looking at it, like, how bad is it? How's your energy? Is it hard? Is it tiring? Do you have more energy? Are you inspired by seeing this stuff? Do you feel heavier? Is it worse than it is? I want to know. Put it down below. Drop it in the comments. How is your energy? What are you feeling? All right. Say that one. I'm going to look at your comments. And while you're doing that, I just want to, again, just say, like, you're doing really, really amazing work. And I want to be sure to say, like, you guys are just surpassing any expectation I had about how you were going to show up for this. And how cool is that? I've done challenges before where people showed up, and this challenge was divinely guided, and I changed up the way that I'm doing it and the timing of it, and I can see the results of that. I can see that you all are ready for this. So Awesome work and awesome. It just a big thank you to all of my clients and all of the graduates of Awakened Motherhood, my online program, because you are leading by such beautiful example, and your clarity is so amazing to see, and your inner knowing and your intuition is just plowing you through this and knowing exactly what mountain you want to move next and what obstacle you're going to blow up next, and you know you have the tools and skills and you will do it in this 4 days. It's just very exciting to see that. So oh, that's awesome, Sonia. I woke up so light this morning, like a weight was lifted. I love hearing that. And everyone's experience is so different. That maybe yours, Sonia, maybe others feel that way or not. But I just love that you are getting to tap into your potential self, your potential freedom state, which is already in existence. Emotions are energy. So let's transition now into the lesson. Keep commenting. I want to see your comments. So a bit of a training today, and then tomorrow we will complete. So stay with it. Don't fall off. Stay active. If you haven't posted yet, it's fine. Just start today. Go back, watch the challenge days, drop your answers below, and catch up to today. Okay? So a bit of the training today. We have identified what's not working. We looked at how it's not working, like the quality of it and the impact, what it's doing to us, right? Here's all the evidence. Like, here's how we can see our kids do not respond well to our yelling at them. Like, duh, we already know this, but we are really looking at it. We are really seeing, because until we do that, we will not be in our power. And if we're not in our power, then we can't make any productive decisions or take any intelligent action to change it. So it takes looking at it. We've accomplished that. So the next piece is, I'm going to keep this pretty short today, but being present with the feeling as it's coming up. Now, I'm just going to go out on a limb and talk about this, because I can see a lot of you are very intuitive. You are tapping into things that are big, and big truths and potentials here for you. And you may be able to do this piece, and you may not yet. And it's okay. Either way, it's okay. I'm going to tell you what to do, and we'll see what happens. So in order to understand yourself emotionally, I really want you to get that emotions are energy, and everything is energy, and energy vibrates and moves. And some of us can see it. Some of us can't see it. But you can see, things moving in your environment. You can see your kids bouncing around. You can see people getting amped up. You can see how energy moves and moves through humans. You can see dogs barking, and that's all evidence of energy moving. And as humans, our energy manifests in many forms. There's emotional, there are thoughts, there is physical manifestation, physical form, so dis-ease in the body. And the things like dis-ease, like imbalance, like Hashimoto's, like exhaustion, sleep deprivation, the things that women tell me all the time they're struggling with, those sort of symptoms are parts of not being present. They are a result of not being present with what we're feeling. And it's not much more complicated than that. You don't need to read all the books. You might like to read all the books, but you don't need that to know. Emotions are energy. Energy moves. When we're not present with energy, it can't move the way it wants to move. It gets stuck. So when you feel that tension here, or the headache in the back of the head, or this pressure here, or the heaviness on the heart, or the rumbling stomach and diarrhea, I could go on and on. When you experience those physical symptoms, they are physical manifestations of an energy an emotion we have not been present with, built up and accrued over time, piling onto itself. Layered on by many belief systems, layered on by many life experiences, layered on by self-doubt, anxiety, overwhelm at the outer edge. That's the part we see. What we don't ever think about is what got stuck. I'm actually just not being present with myself. I think the problem is that there's too much going on, but really, I got stuff boiling in the pot. And I'm just trying to cram a lid on it, but it's spewing out the sides and overflowing, and my stove is becoming a nightmare and a mess. And I just want it to stop, but I can't find the off switch to turn off the burner. I'm turning it and cranking it, but nothing will turn off. So I just stay in fight or flight mode, fighting what is, pushing against, striving for more. Just so mad that I can't make it stop, right? Does it seem familiar? And rather than staying in that reactive mode, let's do something different. Let's try being present with the feeling and learning how to feel. Let's become proficient in our emotions. What about that? When you're proficient in your emotions, I mean, life gets pretty good. There's joy available every day. Same level of availability as negativity is now, as pressure is now, as self-doubt, as fear is now. There is joy, there is lightness, there is ease, there is knowing I am the best mom for my kids. Nobody could tell me otherwise. And things really are working out for me. They are. And there's a lot of evidence. And life is good. And it's getting better all the time. And I love being with my family because we're good together. We have moments that are hard, but we know how to work through it because I'm connected to me. Because I'm stable within me. Okay, before I go off on that huge tangent, that's a glimpse of what is on the other side of staying stuck inside of low, heavy feelings and believing that you are not worthy of feeling better. Okay? You guys with me? All right. So, emotions are energy. They cling to low beliefs. I'm just going to say it this way for the sake of ease. This is how it came through this morning. They cling to low beliefs. Like, think of that as a like attracts like. Heavy emotions, sadness, fear. Those are low vibration, low frequency emotions. And think of them as kind of clinging to really low belief systems. The ones that say, like, I can't, I'm not allowed, no one lets me, I don't get to, ... So they cling to those low belief systems about ourselves and others in our lives, or maybe the world. Okay? Fear-based beliefs equal low feeling states. And love-based beliefs equal contentment, satisfaction, fulfillment. I love my life. Joy. More than enough. More than enough. Here for you and me and everyone. That feeling. Okay? Feeling safe. Knowing I'm supported. All of that. So, either way, it's all coming from within us. We can allow these feelings that are not aligned with our vision for the picture of our family in our mind, or vision for myself, for my future. We can allow these feelings to move that are not aligned with that. And guess what happens? They move on. They let us go. And without going too deep into explanation about this. What I'll say is, we get what we're a match for. And if you've been hanging around here, you've heard me say this a lot. We get what we are a match for. So if my mood is low, then life is going to hand me lemons. And and it is not as easy as, so I'm just going to shift my mood. Because if I've never been in worthiness, if I've never been feeling complete, whole, and safe because I've survived a lot of crap, then I don't know how to get there. I don't know how to get there. I need a teacher to show me how to get there. I need to learn that and learn how to take those new baby steps to make that my new norm, make that my reality now. Then you got some learning to do, and that's okay. We're going to just go with right where you are. However, even if you've never known that, if you have no reference point for feeling safe or secure, you may have had moments when you can recognize a lightness or an ease or a joy or connection. You may have had those moments. And I want you to really use those as your reference point. So you can imagine yourself being in that state. Imagine how it feels when you're in that state. Is there any room for heaviness, fear, loss, grief, anger, in the present moment of being in that state of joy? No. Because those two different energies cannot exist at once in the same place, not at the same time. Okay, can you feel that? What we do quickly is we start to feel flooded with joy, and then boop, we jump out of it. We flip it, we close the door to that. I can't have that. And then the I can't have. But do you see, that's not the same moment. So what I want to invite you to do today is, with regards to your number one emotion that you identified, I want you to do what you never do, and the opposite of what you usually do, which is, oh, but I can't, and slam the door. I want you to leave the door open, and I want you to turn inward, and I want you to move in toward the feeling, and I want you to commit to staying open and holding a container, holding a space for that feeling. And I want you to allow it to be felt, experienced, seen, heard, and realized. You got that? I want you to allow yourself to be in the moment with that feeling. And you're totally safe to do this. It's a feeling, it's energy, it wants to move. So if it's trying to move, but you're no and and it's so, and I can't, and then there's nowhere for it to go. It's going to stack on itself and compound itself. Rather, what I want you to do today is your assignment. Hand over the heart, closing your eyes, connecting with that feeling. You can do it now. You can do it when it comes up during the day. You can reflect on this later. But feel the vibration of that feeling, the mood, the energy of it. You already know what it does to your body. You already know what it does to your thoughts, how it scrambles them. You already know the result of it and the ripple effect and the domino effect on your life. Don't know now. You got all that. You got it. You've sketched it all out. You don't need to think about it anymore. No thinking in this exercise. Only being. Only being. So you're going to close your eyes. You're going to focus on that difficult, challenging emotion or mood or feeling state. You're going to breathe into it, and you're going to allow it to be here. Drop your shoulders. You are totally safe in this moment. You have everything you need to participate. Your awareness, your presence. Stepping out of the story and stepping into the energy of the emotion. Follow it and sense it. Where does it go in your body? Follow it. Feel it and be present for it. It is not you. You are not it. You're observing. Observing it. Let it move. Keep staying with it. And breathe. I want you to ground your energy now. So see yourself connecting through your feet, down, 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 deep into the earth. Connect and anchor in your energy. You're held and supported. You're strengthened by the energy of Mother Earth. You're held and contained just like you hold and contain space for this feeling, this energy to move through you. And you can also listen to it. Is there a message here for you within that energy? Is there a communication? Is there something it wants you to know? Quietly breathe and listen. And if things come to you, put your pen to paper. Jot down what you hear. Bring your energy and awareness back into your body. Grounding through your feet. Fully back into presence and into the space you're in, the room you're in. And you can open your eyes when you're ready. There is nothing to fear in terms of emotions. There may be work that you sense you would like to do to overcome old stuck places and obstacles. That's a topic for another day. I just want you today to practice being present for or witnessing, holding space for that emotional energy to move through you as it naturally wants to do. Got it? So I will post that above. Feel free to play and replay this, really taking in what's here, and ask questions if you have them. And in your shares today, you can share the emotion that you were present with, what happened when you chose to be present with it, and share your findings. So this one's a little different. We've already done all the thinking and all of the inventory. This is just about your experience. Okay? So document your experience in 1 or 2 sentences. Share what happened when you moved into the feeling and into presence with it. What happened when you tried to hold space for it and allow it. Okay? It'll be interesting what we observe and what we find. And you're going to like this because you're going to find where you're stuck, and you're going to feel that you can do more than you thought you could, and you're going to experience some things that you haven't felt before. That's a good thing. The science of this takes most feelings in most situations, average, something like 30 seconds to metabolize, to disperse, and to let go. So we're hitting the peak of this challenge today in terms of the doing. And I want to encourage you to release and suspend any judgment, any sort of self-assessment of how you're doing. Today's just about experimenting, and I want you to enjoy the experiment. Okay? See if you can stay with the feeling long enough to feel it shift. And it's okay if it doesn't happen for you. You might need more. But it's something to practice and play with. See if you can allow feeling to move and shift. And then notice, how do you know it shifted? What happened? How do you feel after? You can also listen to your thoughts and see what comes up. Okay, you guys enjoy. Post your findings, and I can't wait to see them.